I am not saying this dinosaur's name. Hey everybody, this is Kasu, and welcome back to New World, the dinosaur mod. So for version 0.3 of New World, they added basically 2 new structures, 2 new dinosaurs, 1 new item, and most importantly, a definitive way to hatch, if you remember from my last particular mod tutorial on New World. The way they hatch the creature is not really, like, I would say realistic, but with this mod update, they actually added 2 ways, or rather, yeah, basically 2 ways to hatch your egg, depending on what it is. So first up, I'll be going through the new item, which is this, the empty gestation sac. The empty gestation sac requires 3 strings and basically fill up the rest with slime balls, and you get your empty gestation sac. So what do you use this particular item for? Well, you use it here in the artificial womb. At the point of this recording, the artificial womb does not have a crafting recipe due to a minor mistake from the mod developer, which I promptly told him about, and he said he will solve it ASAP. So when you open it, you'll be greeted with this particular UI, and you'll be thinking, wow, this is a bit scary. Like, what's going on? What to do? Where do you put what? Well, first things first, this particular lever here determines the temperature of the machine, which in lieu determines the gender of your creature. I'm pretty sure that this is just a add-on feature which will be more in-depth in the future, so for now, you can ignore this. Then you'll be like thinking, okay, so what's all this about? Well, you have to fill up this particular part with water buckets, like so. And it requires 4 water buckets to fill up all the way to the brim, and then you can just put in your empty gestation sac and your Basilosaurus syringe, which if you want to know how to get it, just refer to my old New World video and you will know how to get anything from this mod. And once you put the syringe into the machine, you might be thinking, wait, nothing's happening. Well, that's because you need to fill up with nutrients, similar to how, when you're in the womb, you need nutrients to grow. And you might think to yourself, okay, so I just need to fill up with food, right? So there is a difference between like raw food and, or rather, food that gives you little saturation and food that gives you more saturation. For example, I'm going to pick a cooked pork chop and a raw pork chop. If I feed it a raw pork chop, it's not going to fill up as quickly, and as you can tell, it just fill up this amount only. But if I fill up with cooked pork chop, it will fill up all the way to the brim. And then the basically the gestation period will happen, or rather the hatching will happen. And the cool little feature is that this, while it's gestating, it has its umbilical cord and whatnot onto this little embryo that will slowly hatch, or rather slowly grow into this particular item here, the Basilogestated embryo. So once you have it, similar to a spawn egg, just write it on the floor and it will appear. And as you can tell, this is the new creature, the Basilosaurus, which needs water to survive, so this guy will probably die soon. And these are all of the Basilosaurus. I think some of them died already, because I don't think, yeah, it's a bit small. And they'll all be, rather you can just, make a water pen like this. It's a bit hard, I can tell why you died. It's a bit hard to show you each of the skin color in the water, so I'm just gonna, we just said, what the fuck? Okay, so I don't know whether that's intentional or that was a bug, but as you can tell, each of them has their own skin variants which you can do, or rather you can make yourself in the genome editor, which I have gone through in great detail in my last video. So check it out if you want to know what to do. Now, at this point of the mod, only the Basilosaurus requires the artificial womb to basically, hatch in that sense. The rest of the creatures requires this particular machine, the small incubator. So the small incubator, once you right click it, you realize, wow, this UI is not as confusing but still quite confusing. So let me explain to you what each of them are. This particular item on the left is the type of creature you want to incubate. So at this point, it is incubating land creatures. And when you click on it, it will be incubating water creatures. This is because there's a Lycoptera egg, or rather the only aquatic creature that has an egg now is the Lycoptera. So you require this in order to hatch it too. So let's say I put in like 1, 2, 3 in order to hatch it, and this spot here is for sand. So when you're hatching eggs, you'll need something like a fuel for it to hatch. And for water creatures, aquatic creatures rather, you use sand. But for land creatures, you use moss. So once I put this here, you can basically see the water, or rather the small incubator. Let me typeset day first. You can see that the incubator here has these tiny little fish eggs, along with it being filled up with water. So that's a neat little addition to the game. However, let's say I want to I want to hatch land creatures, and I'm going to use this sauropod's egg. I'm still not saying the name. I put it in here, and remember, you need to put moss in this particular block here, and you can see that each particular egg is represented here. Like, let's say if I take out the middle egg, the middle egg disappears. Oh yeah, that's a cool little neat feature. And as it grows, or rather as it incubates, it will basically become the hatched egg version. And all you need to do is put it on the floor, for example, put it on the floor, and they will grow. And as you can tell, this particular sauropod has variant, or rather skin variants too, which you can try to rather. And as you can see, this sauropod has different skin variants too, which you can find or make yourself in the genome editor. And yeah, that's about it actually. This is a very short video, as the version 0.3 only added 2 new creatures, a new item, 2 new structures, and most importantly, a definitive way to hatch your creatures, which is these 2 items here. And with that, I have come to the end of this particular mod review, or rather, a continuation of the mod review. If you guys like this video, please comment and like and subscribe. With that being said, this is Mikasa, and I hope to see all of you in the next video or stream. Bye!